pledged a further $42 million on mental health initiatives for young and Indigenous Australians, in addition to the $460 million allocated in the budget for mental health and suicide prevention. The Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, says he will not rest until youth suicide is beaten as the Coalition's election campaign focus turns to health.
Today's package, which we're announcing, isn't just the package that we announced in the budget. We're extending it further, so it is now $503.1 million, more than $500 million, to take up the fight against youth suicide and to say to every young person who is out there, you are not alone in this. You are not alone. First of all, there is the component to have $375 million, which is going into not only just creating an additional 30 headspaces around Australia, but 20 of those at least will be in rural and regional areas. And it's also about reducing the wait times, including at centres like we're at today, to ensure that those services that are already in place around our country, 115 of them, are actually being able to service and support more young Australians. Because as we were hearing from the team here today, young Australians are now reaching out to services like this. Before it was Headspace going out. There are $34 million in this package today to address Indigenous youth suicide. We've lost a dozen young Indigenous Australians, particularly in our remote Indigenous communities. We know what's been happening in the Kimberley, what's been happening in the remote parts of our country. These are tragic situations, and we'll be investing that money directly with a package specifically of over $19 million targeting those areas which have been most dramatically affected. I can think of no greater and more important responsibility that we have to ensure that our young people grow up healthy, both in mind and in body. It is cliched often to say that they are the future, but it's true. It is true. And we want our young people to be as strong as possible.